Hello, everyone. This is Nandri Williams here for Church for Living Ministry. So, today we're doing church gossip. So, I wanted to tell you, just about some things that I, have sort of like observed. So, I was reading this book one day, and the man was so the title of the chapter was um, "Don't Judge Me." Something like "Don't judge me until you have worn my moccasins." So he talks about, how you can be wearing a pair of shoes. And because you're wearing those pair of shoes and they're your shoes and you have worn them over a while, those shoes have certain dents and pressures and, you know, um, just there's just a way it is. Everybody's feet is different. There's a way your leg will be if you've been wearing a pair of shoes over a while. There's a kind of, there's a way when I look at my shoes, I look at the heel. There's a way it is if I've worn it for like years and years. Okay, so sometimes especially we as women, how we wear a pair of shoes and we're like, this thing is paining me here or it's pinching me here, but maybe it's very high and it's nice. We just wear it and we just go out and we're walking, but you don't know that this thing is painful. You won't know when you look at us, but we know how it's hurting us. So the essence of this church gossip is this, and I was thinking that sometimes we just come up and we just say, we look at a situation, especially us in the church. We look at a situation and we'll be like, well, you see, the reason why this person is doing this is because of this and this. They just don't get it. And just make a judgment. We just behave as if, we're God, we're all knowing. I know what's going on in their mind, their heart, their soul. I know their history. I know their destiny. I'll just draw a conclusion. God tells us, judge not, or you'll be judged. And he tells us we should not be critical of each other. So sometimes maybe you catch yourself. Sometimes I catch myself at home. I'm like thinking, well, you see, actually, the reason why is because X is this. Then I just tell myself, Nante, judge not, judge not. So my question to you is this: This is church gossip. You're saying, oh, she's judgmental. What about you? So yeah. So my question to you is this: Have you been judging anybody? Have you been like, well, you see, and drawing conclusions? And you know what God says? God says, judge nothing before the time. And he says, he says, vengeance is his. So, am I saying that if somebody is doing something wrong, you shouldn't like not talk about it to other people. Pray for them. If it concerns you and them, go to them. And if they don't listen, bring two people. And then if they don't listen, bring three. And then, take it to the church. Like that, because you're looking for a resolution. Yeah. Okay. But we need to be very careful that we're not critical and we're not judgmental. Because sometimes you would go ahead and judge somebody and you would find out that you don't have all the facts. So I will share this story. So one day we were in a setting. Yeah, I want to be vague. We were in a setting and this person arrived really late, and they should not have arrived late. We were all planning and doing something. So when they walked through the doors, they came late, like really late. We were almost at the end of what we were doing. So they got like some glares and some stares from some people. Yeah. So and one of the people leading the thing, they got some stares from them. So later I sort of walked up to the person and I said, oh, how are you? The person joined us towards the end and it seemed like, when you get to something, I feel like you're a failure or you're a disgrace and it's so important. And the event was going to be happening like in an hour's time and you are late. You already feel condemned, that you feel bad. So so I asked the person, oh, how are you, and this, and somehow before I knew it, the person just burst into tears and started crying. And and it's like they had moved heaven and hell to turn up that morning. But when they turned up, this was in a church somewhere far away some time ago. After when they turned up, they were getting we're getting stares. So sometimes you see people come to church, you don't know what they've gone through, you don't know what they've struggled through to get to church. You have no idea the struggles, the challenges, the fight that they've gone through to be there. So instead of just judging them for maybe coming late or not doing the right thing or whatever, I'm not saying let's let slackness go. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying sometimes we need to be sensitive. Why don't you like give the person a big cuddle or a handshake. In some settings you can't cuddle somebody, like if somebody's husband, don't be cuddling them. But a handshake, a warm welcome, and then wait, and then later try and see maybe if they will say anything to you, so you can pray with them, so you can encourage them. I was in this setting where no matter what was going on in my life, when I turned up to that church,